Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Thanks for joining us. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Just a jam-packed show again today. This still really isn't showing up very many places. It's not making headlines all over the place, but Chuck Grassley claims there are recorded tapes of Biden being bribed, which is interesting. He's got 15 audio recordings of Hunter and 2 of Joe, supposedly. Grassley made the staggering claim in a Senate speech after FBI Director Christopher Wray last week allowed the House Oversight Committee members to see a redacted informant file about the claim that Hunter and then-President Joe Biden received $5 million apiece to serve the interest of Burisma Holdings owner Mykola Zalewski. Congress still lacks a full and complete picture with respect to what the document really says. That's why it's important that the document be made public without unnecessary redactions for the American people to see, Grassley said. Let me assist for purposes of transparency, he went on. The 1023 form produced to that House committee redacted reference the foreign national who allegedly bribed Joe and Hunter allegedly has audio recordings of his conversations with them. 17 total recordings.
Do we want to play the clip of Grassley on the floor yesterday?
Yeah.
Going through all this? Let's see this real quick. It's going to be clip, whatever it is, 8.
Let me assist for the purposes of more transparency on this subject. The 1023 produced to the House committees redacted reference that the foreign national who allegedly bribed Joe and Hunter Biden allegedly has audio recordings of his conversation with them. 17 such recordings. According to the 1023, the foreign national possesses 15 audio recordings of phone calls between him and Hunter Biden. According to the 1023, the foreign national possesses 2 audio recordings of phone calls between him and then Vice President Joe Biden. These recordings were allegedly kept as a sort of insurance policy for the foreign national in case that he got into a tight spot. The 1023 also indicates that then Vice President Joe Biden may have been involved in Burisma employing Hunter Biden. Based on the facts known to the Congress and the public, it's clear that the Justice Department, the FBI, haven't nearly had the same laser focus on the Biden family.
Well, that's for sure.
Special Counsel Jack Smith has used a recording against former President Trump. Well, what is U.S. Attorney Weiss doing with respect to these alleged Joe and Hunter Biden recordings that are apparently relevant to the high-stakes bribery scheme?
Wow. So have the FBI even looked into these tapes? Have they listened to them?
No, they've been playing a game of hide and seek, I believe, for several years now.
God, that's amazing.
If you'll recall, October of 2020, remember when Donald Trump called into Rush Limbaugh's show, and Rush blew off every commercial break for 2 hours. It just left program directors around the nation to fend for themselves. And it was so fascinating. And one of the things I remember Trump saying at the time is they were this close to bringing down Joe Biden, the deep state, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, all of them. I guarantee you it was this right here. And then, of course, November of 2020 happened. And the executive and legislative branches were taken over. And this stuff they've been moving this stuff. I want to know what Merrick Garland knew and when did he know it? Because this thing is so bad. And the thing, it's just today, Trump in Miami going to be indicted. You know, Democrats constantly accuse the other side of exactly what they're doing. And this is another case in point. I thought a great meme going around was that Bill Clinton paid $850,000 to Paula Jones to make her go away. And I don't remember his attorney's office being raided. So anyway, they constantly do this. And Republicans are always 2 steps behind. It's frustrating as hell. But Grassley doesn't have these recordings yet.
Yeah.
This is just a 1023 form that says that the Burisma executive
says
has
they exist. But the FBI has known about it for how
Correct.
long?
Right.
And
exactly.
have you listened to them?
Right. They don't care. It's their guy.
I mean, that's absolutely outrageous if they haven't. And if they have, why haven't you done anything? Unbelievable. I mean, it's criminal. It's absolutely criminal. And meanwhile, all they're focused on is Donald Trump and the dumb document thing.
Yeah.
He'll be arraigned today. That's going to happen at 3:00 this afternoon. He just arrived in Miami yesterday ahead of the big court appearance. He's going to face 37 criminal charges.
Think of that.
37. He could be in jail. He could be in prison over 100 years.
For possessing classified documents.
Right.
A president of the United States, and yet we have the sitting president of the United States, who we have clear evidence here. We obviously need to get a hold of those tapes, like you said, that he's taking bribes. I mean, it's...
Yeah. I know. It's outrageous.
It we are
is.
not
There's
a
no
serious
words.
nation.
There are no words.
It's frustrating as hell because you know, fast forward in your mind, if you want to simulate this out, you know they're going to end up getting away with this. They always do.
Probably.
It's frustrating as hell. It's like, what's the point, man? I mean, it just, if it could not be more clear at this point. And yet you've got Democrats constantly saying, well, nobody's above the law, Donald Trump. Shut up. Get out of my face. It's absolutely frustrating as hell, and it makes you just want to just give up because you're like, all right, they won. I mean, look at the White House, look at the flags, look at this corruption that's going to go unpunished. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters. I mean, it's going to be cute to think that our votes matter in 2 years. Whatever.
Yesterday, I saw Jason Chaffetz talking about these documents. He had an interesting point that these were run off a computer. It's not like these are the only copies.
Yep.
They have these documents in whatever archive they wanted them in. These are just copies of the documents. And he's got the same security clearance now that he had as president.
Yep.
So why is it such a big deal? Unless, he's sharing them with foreign entities, which he's not doing. And they're really not even alleging that. I guess he was going to tell a biographer some secrets. But
I mean, they are insinuating that. And remember what I just said. The left constantly accuses the right of doing exactly what they're doing.
Oh, all the time.
Which,
yeah.
Case in point, Burisma, the Bidens, God knows what else they sold to him, to other countries.
What don't we know about? I mean, this is just what we know about. There's got to be much worse than this that we haven't heard yet. Much worse. If we're finding it out, the stuff we're not finding out is 10 times as bad.
Yeah.
Yesterday, former President Trump posted this on Truth Social. Now that the seal is broken, in addition to closing the border and removing all of the criminal elements that have illegally invaded our country, making America energy independent and even dominant again, and immediately ending the war between Russia and Ukraine, I will appoint a real special prosecutor to go after the most corrupt president in the history of the USA, Joe Biden, the entire Biden crime family, and all others involved with the destruction of our elections, borders, and country itself. Boy, that does need to happen. That does need to happen. They need to pay for their crimes. They need to pay.
Do you remember the Poroshenko phone call with Joe Biden right after the 2016 election?
Yep.
Biden knew that the game was up because someone was getting into power. Donald Trump was about to take office and was going to uncover all of this stuff. And I guarantee you the only reason that the pedo, Marxist, corrupt shell of a human being, Joe Biden, ran for president in 2020 is so that he could get in there and make sure this stuff never saw the light of day. I bet that's the only reason this guy ran for office. Ugh.
Well, he turned it down in 2016 for some reason. And then in 2020,
they assumed Hillary was going to win.
When he's too damn old to be running for president, he does.
Donald Trump was never supposed to happen. God bless him for getting in there for 4 years, man.
Yeah. God, can you imagine? Had Hillary won in 2016?
Oh, gosh.
Jeez.
Smooth transition from Obama to Hillary to
man.
God knows what else.
Yeah. It'd be over by now. It would definitely be over.
I mean, fortunately for our country, the Democrat machine wasn't quite powered up enough for the fraud until 2020.
Mm-hmm. So on Sunday, Representative Anna Paulina Luna posted this video about how the Congress should proceed with President Joe Biden.
Getting ready to head back to Washington this week and to give you guys a quick update on everything happening with the Joe Biden investigation. So something that Representative Mace had pointed out this morning, and something that's completely true, is that the day that House Oversight, which is the committee conducting the investigation into this bribery scheme with the president, the day that we got access to these special activity reports, Alvin Bragg indicted President Trump in New York. The day, again, that House Oversight got access to the form that the FBI had that stated that Joe Biden received a $5 million bribery transaction when he was sitting vice president, they then indict President Trump again. So there is absolutely an exploitation and abuse of the justice system. We will be sending out more subpoenas, but the fact is that right now, I do believe that the only way that we can fully conduct a full investigation without interference from the DOJ and the FBI is if we impeach President Biden. And based on the evidence that we have, I think that that's something that's very likely.
Now that's, obviously pre-Grassley's Senate speech. Mm-hmm. This is on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is kind of, the walls are closing in on Joe Biden. We'll see. We'll see if anything happens here. But yesterday, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene couldn't understand why Republicans in Congress weren't getting behind the effort.
Yeah. So, we don't have a video of that. We just have the article where she just was going after her Republican colleagues, wanting to
she's dumbfounded.
know why they're sitting on this stuff.
Yeah. She admits that she's dumbfounded as to why more GOP lawmakers are not calling for President Biden to be impeached following a whistleblower's revelation that he participated in a bribery scheme. Because that's what they do or don't do. They never take action on this kind of stuff. In an interview published on Saturday with Breitbart, the Georgia Republican admitted that she did not know what news must break for more House Republicans to demand Biden's impeachment and removal from office.
Again, pre-Grassley speech.
That's the part that literally leaves me dumbfounded, she said. She advocated for Biden's impeachment last month after the House Oversight Committee revealed that Biden's family had taken $10 million from foreign nationals, including subjects connected to the Chinese Communist Party. Whatever. I think that's the general feeling with Republicans in office. Whatever. The Oversight Committee has the evidence. She writes, the Biden family received millions of dollars from foreign nationals during Joe Biden's time as Obama's VP. The product they were selling? Joe Biden's influence. Her latest push for Biden's impeachment came last week after she and other members of the Oversight Committee were allowed to see an internal FBI form in which a whistleblower alleged that Biden accepted $5 million in bribery money in exchange for helping axe a Ukrainian prosecutor in 2015, something he admitted to. He didn't admit to being bribed, but he did admit to threatening them with $1 billion in aid that wasn't going to come their way if they didn't do what he said.
Correct. And remember, the confidential source said the Burisma executive told him that he, quote, paid the Bidens in such a manner through so many different bank accounts that investigators would not be able to unravel this for at least 10 years.
Right.
This is the $1 million to this family member, $1 million to this family member, and so on. I mean, they're laughing at us. I mean, this...
Yeah.
But hey, congratulations, though. Donald Trump will be another answer to a trivia question after today. He'll join Ulysses S. Grant as far as only the second president of all time to be arrested.
What was Grant arrested for?
Remember that he was speeding on his little horse carriage or something?
Yeah.
They arrested him.
That's incredible.
What do you think this is, man?
That's
A drag strip?
Incredible. All right, let me tell you about Jace Medical. Picture for a moment what it would be like if all of a sudden the global medication supply chain of antibiotics just disappeared right before our eyes. Man, it could absolutely happen. Please prepare for this kind of stuff. You know that our medicine is made in China and India. And you know that they could cut us off at any time.
Yeah, I've got a friend in the medical field who says that drugs associated with chemotherapy are already running.
Really?
Oh, not good, man.
No, it's really not. So you can prepare. The Jace case from Jace Medical is a great way to keep yourself prepared for in case the worst happens. It's a pack of 5 different courses of antibiotics. You can use these to treat a long list of bacterial illnesses, things like UTIs and respiratory infections and all kinds, sinusitis, all of that. It's a great way to be ready for shortages. It's perfect for traveling. Don't get caught unprepared. Go to Jace Medical. Enter the promo code PAT at checkout. That's promo code PAT at jasemedical.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Also yesterday, Speaker McCarthy had a little chat with CNN in the hallway. CNN doesn't care what Democrats are doing. They couldn't care less about this. They just want to focus on Donald Trump, and here's how that went down.
The idea of equal justice is not playing out here. And so that's a real concern to all Americans. So as a policymaker, elected officials, we want to make sure it's equal justice for all. We want to look at it as a weaponization. Now, you're with CNN, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about this even further, because when somebody weaponizes government and they actually get removed from government, let's take Andrew McCabe, okay? Former deputy.
But this is a different case.
Let me answer the question.
This is a different set of circumstances, right? I mean, the former president is accused of misleading law enforcement, of a conspiracy of obstructing justice. That's a different set of facts. Are you prepared to defend him as the former president, and what other actions will the House take in the House Judiciary Committee in terms of funding?
Are you prepared to defend your network, CNN? I'm answering your question. You could ask me any question you want, but I'm entitled to answer the question, okay? You can't put words in my mouth. Even though your network can hire Andrew McCabe, who was fired from the FBI for leaking classified documents. Did you remove him from your network? No, you continue to put him on to give judgment against President Trump.
Speaker.
You also hire Clapper. Clapper has come out publicly.
Mr. Speaker, what steps is the House going to take in terms of, is there any effort to defund the FBI, any effort to defund the Department of Justice after what you've seen over the last several days?
So your network hires Clapper, who literally lied to the American public, one of 51 other individuals that had briefings, and used it politically to tell the American public that a laptop was Russia collusion, even though it had all this information about the Biden administration. Are you prepared to get rid of those people from your network? Because my concern as a policymaker is that when you weaponize government, government, and now you're weaponizing networks. That is wrong. So we will take all of our power to make sure that the legal system in America gets the blinders back on and people are treated fairly. I have a real problem that your network actually pays people who did classified information and then lied to the American public to try to influence a presidential election, and then you put them on your network to give an opinion about a president, and I'm answering your
But you're not answering
very clearly, because what your network has done has weaponized at the same time. I think equal justice is important. Yes.
That's great.
That was fun, right?
Yeah, that was really fun.
I bet they aired all of that on CNN.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I bet
Like,
none of it aired.
2.5 minutes of him talking to our reporter in the hall. Let's air this.
That's great. Just a total CNN beatdown for 2.5 minutes. Fantastic.
Feels good.
Jeez, it really does. It's not just Joe Biden, of course, that needs to be impeached. This entire administration, Vice President Kamala Harris included, because you can't have her installed if Biden were removed. She was in Africa a month or so ago, and now that she's gone off of that continent, listen to how people are talking about her over there. When they sat down to talk to what appeared to be Chinese media.
Vice President of the U.S. came to Zambia, landed at a Chinese-built airport in Zambia, moved on a Chinese-built road in Zambia. The venue of this summit was actually a gift to Zambia by the Chinese government. And the key agenda of this summit was to curb Africa's cooperation with China in a Chinese gift to the African continent.
Oh,
wow.
I'm telling you, man.
My gosh.
China's making inroads of friendship in Africa.
Yeah. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, I mean,
they love that.
All those things she mentioned that China's built for them.
Yeah.
And remember, what Africa's got all them rare earth minerals too, right?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you want to cozy up to them if you're China?
And they're everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's really no respect for the Monroe Doctrine anymore. I mean, they're in Cuba. You can't get much more of a violation of the Monroe Doctrine than that.
Yeah, they have a spy station there that this administration said, no, what? What are you talking about? That's a crazy report. And then finally yesterday, Kirby was like, look, we tell the American people what they need to know when they need to know it. Effectively. I'm paraphrasing there. As in, stop asking questions. We'll tell you what to be concerned about.
Also, yesterday, Congressman Mark Alford tweeted this out. China has military bases in Central America. They have a presence on the west coast of Africa. And now they're spying on us from Cuba. The big bad wolf is at our door, and we are not ready. America's posture towards China must change before it's too late.
Spoiler alert. It's too late.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah, and what did the administration yesterday, they said that they're preparing evacuation plans for American citizens in Taiwan.
Oh, good. So we're just going to take everybody out. That's our big plan.
Cool.
Is just we'll evacuate China or Taiwan.
Yeah.
Jeez. China's obviously a growing threat. The Biden administration said yesterday they're readying the plans.
Yeah.
And will we respond militarily?
Gosh, man.
If China attacks Taiwan?
Can we respond
I don't know.
militarily?
I don't know.
Can we ask Ukraine to respond for us since all of our stuff's over there?
You know, they keep telling us about the one China policy. You know what that is, right? There's just one China, and that includes Taiwan. China or Taiwan is part of China. How do we have that policy and yet claim that, well, if Taiwan is ever threatened by China, we'll be there for them? Wait, how do you make that claim?
And how can you, on one hand, let's just say you don't involve yourself at all with Taiwan. You don't send troops, you don't send military stuff, nothing, money, aid, whatever. Which I think we're sending something right now. Anyway, how do you justify, especially to your, I guess all
We're
of us.
sending eclairs right now.
Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, eclairs
So
going to Taiwan.
Apparently, the left is now a bunch of war hawks. How do you express to them, your base, yes, we should be sending all this stuff to Ukraine, but no, we shouldn't to Taiwan? It's going to be fun.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. I'm already having a really good time with all this stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah. Over the weekend, presidential hopeful Ron DeSantis discussed the current state of the U.S. military.
We are also going to restore the U.S. military to its proper glory. We are not going to allow it to remain politicized. It is not something for social experimentation.
Thank you.
It is to create a strong fighting force to deter conflicts and to win wars when we need to. And so I was proud of serving. I know, Jim, I know many of you served, are proud of it. But I have veterans coming up to me now saying, I don't want my kids or grandkids joining the military. And that's not the way it used to be. Usually people were proud to have this carry on in their family. But it's because they see the military's lost its way. And look how bad recruiting's been now in the military. People don't want to join a woke military. So on day one as commander-in-chief, we're ripping it all out by the roots, and we are going to restore the military to what it should be. And you'll be proud.
You got to love that. You got to love that.
I've got a lot of military friends who tell me they would not recommend their kids go into the military.
Right, because they're all about being woke now.
Yeah.
Instead of blowing stuff up and breaking things. That's what the military is supposed to do.
Yeah.
You go over there and you do a job and you crush the opposition and then you get out.
Oh, by the way, did you see that the U.S. military has just launched a thing that says if you're an illegal alien, we'll give you citizenship if you sign up to the military now.
Jeez.
So that's fun. But I looked this up.
We'll be asking for felons next.
We've already authorized $1 billion of weapons to Taiwan. And
we did.
$500 million more were sent.
Good.
$1 million more.
All right.
In May.
To Taiwan.
So, yeah. So
we're
already starting the Ukraine thing is now happening with Taiwan too.
And we can easily afford doing both, obviously, right?
Hey, maybe it's cool that we have a woke military, since it sounds like we're just empowering other militaries to go and take part in conflicts now. Cool.
Okay. Yeah, it's great. That's really good.
But seriously, would you want your kid to join a military under Joe Biden or Milley and all these bunch? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
No, absolutely not.
And this it hurts to say this because there are so many people in my family who have served with distinction, and I respect them for that. And if my son wanted to join the military, I would be, as of 5 years ago, I'd be like, God bless you, man. Thank you for your service. You're awesome. You're a hero. You're making a bigger sacrifice than I ever did. And now I'm like, maybe don't. Maybe don't. And let's maybe wait and see how things play out in 2024, because I know things are going to get instantly better on January 20th, 2025. Just you're going to, boom.
Yeah, it'll turn around.
It's going to be fixed just like that.
Well, DeSantis just said it will be. So there you go. Not a problem.
Okay. But I mean, seriously, this is a dilemma in my own family right now.
I think it's a dilemma for an awful lot of people. Because as DeSantis just said, people don't want their sons and daughters joining a military that's woke like this, that pays more attention to, social justice than to defending this country.
Yeah.
Screw the social justice crap. Leave that to others, okay? That's not for the U.S. military. But, man, they have been politicized, and they've got to be depoliticized. Same with the FBI. I mean, we have law enforcement agencies and the U.S. military, all part of this nonsense. And it's the Marxist agenda that's doing it all.
We are missing out on some great people, whether it was the vax mandate or the woke bullcrap. You wonder why your recruitment goals are down 25%. It's because good people are saying,
Nope.
I don't think so.
Nope.
And that's scary for this country.
Sure is. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
I'm not concerned about China.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. I got some tweets here from Alex Jones Pride Frog.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. So it's got an account.
Yep. It's so cute how some people think the Bidens will face justice. Not this side of the pearly gates, folks. It's, it seems true, but I still hold out hope.
Well, it just depends on those that are actually running the show, that are running this administration and the Democrat Party. It just depends on if they think that they have a viable option to replace this Marxist shell that's in the Oval Office now. They were fine, animating his carcass for 4 years. I think he threw them a curveball when somehow, he decided he was going to run for another 4. But I wonder if this makes him too much of a liability. Or is there a such thing as a Democrat that is too much of a liability when you control the whole election process? See, you could literally drag a weekend at Bernie's candidate across the finish line.
Well, they've already done that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's some people who are like, let's do it again with him. Degree of difficulty, challenge accepted.
Let's do it with him. Let's do it with Fetterman. Let's keep Feinstein in there. We got Nancy Pelosi. We can drag all of these carcasses across the finish line. It'll be great.
81 million votes,
It'll be great.
81 million.
Twisted Transgender tweets, MTG, I'm dumbfounded Republicans continue acting like Republicans. And Stitch Jones, my nephew wants to join the military. I told him to join the French Foreign Legion because they aren't woke. Oh, aren't they? I don't know that much about the French Foreign Legion, but that's good to hear if that's true. MSNBC just beat Fox in total viewers. And in the demo, meaning the really important 25 to 54 age demographic. Wow. So they won that battle and total viewers. Now that never happened when Tucker was there.
No, it's just a hiccup. Just a hiccup.
That's all it is. That's all it is. MSNBC scored 1.46, 1,460,000 total day viewers, and 179,000 demo viewers to finish first. Fox News came in second with 1,280,000. Wow. And 136,000 in the demo? Are you kidding me? For Fox News? This is really bad. Nice move. Jettisoning Tucker Carlson. That was really a good move. It's working out really well for Fox. And, they keep saying, well, we've got more sponsors now that are coming to the table. Bull crap. The sponsors are not going to buy the second place network that's under fire all the time or soon to be third place network.
So, I haven't had a chance to really absorb this article. I would love to see this contract of Tucker Carlson. But anyhow, bottom line is Fox News sends Tucker Carlson cease and desist letter over his new Twitter show. They said that it's a violation of his contract.
Yep.
I'd like to see that, though, right? I mean,
what, the contract?
Well, yeah, I would like to see why is he not allowed to do this?
Right.
I mean, it's not cable.
That's true.
Social media.
Right.
You telling me what I can and can't do on my own personal social media?
I think that's why he's defying them and saying, screw you. I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
His lawyer's probably telling him, no, we're fine. We're fine. Keep going.
Yeah.
Besides, it's really hard to keep, even if you have a non-compete clause, it's really hard to keep somebody out of a job, unless you're paying them, and they probably are. That might be the rub right there, where they're still paying him, but he's only doing social media.
Right.
Like you just pointed out. So I don't know. But his lawyer said, my friend and client Tucker Carlson will not be silenced by the far left or Fox News. That's according to attorney Harmeet Dillon.
Keep going, Tucker.
Axios didn't include the text of the cease and desist letter, saying that the letter has not for publication in bold at the top. Yeah, I bet they don't want that read on the air. That's great. Dylan said, I'm passionately committed to free speech and a free flow of information necessary for a free society. Good. Keep going. The popular liberty-minded lawyer was not done there. She urged Congress, influencers, and GOP officials to carefully consider decisions about appearing on the network, she says, has caved into pressure to silence Tucker Carlson. Do you really want to air your views on a network that spits on its viewers, leaks opposition on its own talent? Well, they've been doing that for decades. And even threatens former talent for speaking for free on Twitter? You have free will. What are you seeing on Fox today? What you are seeing on Fox today is a censored version of the news. Mm-hmm. That's good stuff. Wow. Yeah, but Fox News has been doing this crap for a long time.
Yeah.
Don't kid yourself. They've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, ask yourself, when's the last time you saw a news report critical of the vaccine? Oh, that's right. There hasn't been one that, to my knowledge, because they bankroll that network.
Mm-hmm.
It's just facts.
Now, remember when the Saudis owned a 10% interest in Fox and had some serious influence on that network? That wasn't that long ago.
Huh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. People just didn't know about any of that. You know, they didn't know that Fox behind the scenes was telling you not to talk about God, not to talk about Israel, not to talk about this, not to talk about that. Oh, okay. But you guys are really conservative, right? Really super conservative?
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Is some interesting things going on at Fox News. And so this is not a first by any stretch of the imagination. It did not start with Tucker Carlson.
It merely reached a crescendo. Right?
Yes. And people are just tired of covering up for him, I think. And you know, they've gone so far to the middle now that it's like, okay, I'm not protecting these guys anymore. Nope. All right. Got to get into the
so
tech exec.
Can we do? Oh, what now?
Yeah, there's a tech exec that listed his preferred pronouns as assigned by God. So they fired him.
What company was this?
Let me see here.
Was this on like a Zoom call? They were like, wait, what's that? That doesn't conform to proper pronouns.
Until recently, Chad Scharf had been working as vice president of software engineering at the Jacksonville, Florida location of Bitwarden. That's not a firm I'm familiar with.
Bitwarden.
It's a cybersecurity firm based in California. Surprise!
There's your problem.
Sometime during his employment, Bitwarden leaders determined that all employees should include their preferred pronouns in their personal profiles on Slack, an online messaging platform, as part of the company's inclusivity initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that had to be fun. Scharf initially declined to list any preferred pronouns because the gender ideology undergirding the notion of preferred pronouns violates his religious beliefs. Thank you. As a Catholic, Scharf believes that there are only two genders and that a person's gender cannot be changed, chosen, or manipulated. What a hate monger.
Hate monger.
What a mongerer of hate. However, Scharf's unwillingness to participate perturbed his superiors at Bitwarden, who then repeatedly pressured him to list his pronouns. Eventually, Scharf acquiesced in a way that he thought might satisfy their demands without compromising his religious principles. He listed his preferred pronouns as assigned by God, which, of course, they are. And if you don't like your pronouns and you want to change them or you want to change your gender, aren't you saying that God made a mistake with you?
Now,
if you believe in God, is that not your claim?
Did this guy capitalize God? Because that's his.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, see, if he had done a lowercase g, then they might have let it slide. but I did a Google News search here for this company, Bitwarden.
Yeah.
Story broke an hour ago that they update corrects password manager access vulnerability on Windows. In other words, they've got some serious issues to worry about that you would think would come before worrying about a guy's pronouns.
Yeah, no kidding.
Gosh.
That's asinine.
I was watching the local news last night, and there was a reporter interviewed a guy who, for all I know, could have been a mile down the road. But it was through Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the bottom corner, it had his pronouns, his preferred pronouns. That tells me everything I need to know about someone.
Yep.
So keep doing your pronouns.
Yep.
If I get an email with a signature with pronouns, then I'm like, oh, okay. Now I know where this conversation is starting.
Yep, I got you. Mm-hmm. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Right where are you standing?
Yeah.
All right. Let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. Buying and selling a house, big time stress in your life. I'm feeling it right now. So, the process is overwhelming and it's important, and you want to get all the money you possibly can for your house, or get as much house as you possibly can for your money. And if you're doing both of those things because you're relocating and so you got to sell and buy, man, you need a great realtor. Somebody who gives you really good advice on what to do with your home to get it sold and to get the most money out of it, especially right now when it's really tough and the interest rates are high. You need a great realtor. That's where Real Estate Agents I Trust come in. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The process is really easy. You just go to realestateagentsitrust.com, provide us with some basic information, then our team contacts you to make an introduction to our preferred agent in your town. It's a free service we give to you, so use it. You're going to be happy you did. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Gray Unleashed.
All right, so Pat, we broke Daniel this morning. He edits the videos for us that we play here.
Yep.
And so we sent him the White House topless video.
Yeah.
And from the Pride event over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's edited this about 7 different ways.
Okay.
I believe the subject matter in this video was so confusing that I think he just ended up blurring all of the whole video, quite frankly, because you don't know. This is a broadcasting dilemma now.
Yeah, it is.
You don't know. Okay, is this a dude? Is this a chick? Do I blur the boobies? Are they real boobies? Do I?
Well, even if they're not real,
right?
They looked real.
Right. Do I blur the chick that's now a dude who has just a flat chest with the scars? I mean,
no,
we don't know what to do anymore.
But,
so thank you for trying, Daniel. This is your.
We know it was confusing.
Yeah, this is your,
and we sent you back and forth a million times.
This is your White House.
But
over the weekend,
there was a Pride event where people were proud of their snoobage, and I guess it's new snoobage, and they wanted to show it off.
And who's your doctor? Good job.
I know, right?
I mean, if you started with nothing,
this person looks very female, and lately that's unique. I mean, you see so many guys who look like just ugly guys trying to be women. And this one worked out better than that.
But this doctor wasn't able to help with the voice.
Right, okay.
So here we go.
All right, here we go.
How proud are you here, America?
Hey, Mr. President, it is an honor. Trans rights are human rights.
Are we topless at the White House?
Showing off the snoobs right there. And so we blurred it out.
Where in hell?
It was too much.
And then there's
the guy.
One of the bravest and most inspiring people I've ever known.
Oh.
The bravest,
most inspiring. So you don't know any military members? You don't know Navy SEALs? You don't know Army Rangers, Marine Recon? You've never met any of these people who have won medals?
Yes, he has.
Okay, but
they haven't stood in front of the White House grabbing their fake ones.
Holding their snoobs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. Good for you,
what was
President
that?
Biden.
Bravest, most inspiring?
Yeah. There's nothing more inspiring than a person with new snoobs waggling them in front of the White House. I love that. Man,
that's a technical term. Waggling?
Yeah, waggling your snoobs.
Seriously.
That's going to be somebody's Twitter handle.
Hashtag
Waggling
your
snoobs.
Waggling. Is it waggling? We got to get this right. Is it waggling snoobs or waggling your snoobs?
You could do either one.
Interchangeable.
Yeah, it's interchangeable.
Okay, I'm still going to get... First, I got to get the definition of waggling. To move or cause to move with short, quick movements from side to side or up and down.
Word? I thought I just made it up, but that's great. Waggling.
I love that.
Waggling your snoobs, baby.
I mean, they just...
can we go back to the man and woman standing side by side? Because this is fascinating to me. The two people in front of the White House.
Okay, let's see.
If we can just freeze frame.
Freeze frame it?
Yeah, because they're both...
Okay.
Right? They're both blurred out anyway, but...
Okay, yep.
But there they are. Okay. Now, for some reason, Daniel thought we should blur out the guy.
Right.
Okay.
Because
on the left.
Used to be a chick, right?
Right. Used to be a woman, and now he's showing his chest. But seriously, his snoobage has been removed, so it's just a man chest.
Maybe he donated it to her.
But that's possible. Maybe his snoobs went to her. Okay. So this is interesting because the person on the right, obviously a man that now is a woman, or looks like one.
Right.
The other person is a woman, who now seems to be a man.
How do you get? That's a testosterone injection. Look at that hair on the stomach.
Interesting,
and
right? The chest hair, the facial hair, the snoobs on the now woman.
Question. Driver's license, right? Is there a box where you can check to donate your snoobs after you die?
There is now, yes. Yes. Even while you're alive, because this guy's alive.
Right. I don't need them.
So
you take them.
What a world we live in.
I mean, is it fair to say that America is over?
It's getting to that point where you can...
Just needs a new name.
Yeah.
At this point.
It's so frustrating. And, you're standing in front of the White House, and what are you doing? Is this a protest? No, it can't be a protest because the people in the White House are all about you and your effort and your agenda, your radical, stinking agenda where, most gay people just want to live their lives and be left alone and have their rights, and that's great. And they're welcome to them, and I don't think anybody begrudges them that. What we begrudge is when you're insisting on the rest of us participating in all of this and celebrating your lifestyle, despite the fact I'm not asking you to celebrate mine. So then you go after children, and we have to draw the line there. We have to draw the line at the children. Jeez. We've got an interesting video coming up where some children were asked to participate or, I guess, celebrate Pride Month with a video.
Oh, no.
And their reaction to it is interesting.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we'll share that with you. Coming up in just a few minutes here.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here
I am.
on the Blaze Radio Network.
He's right about that. Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Had some weather problems going on here in the DFW area. Again.
Yeah, it's bad right now.
Jeez.
It is thundering.
All our satellite service has gone down because of weather-related interruptions. Hopefully we won't lose power, but it's possible.
Hopefully you hear us.
It's possible,
We've had some generator issues in the past. Surely they got those fixed, right?
Surely.
Because, they see this stuff coming and they take appropriate action. But if we do go off the air, we could be off the air now for all I know, it will be available on demand later.
Okay.
But right now it's thundering snoobage out there.
Yes. Got some tweets here. Bob Loblaw tweets, if Joe Biden believes trans people are among the bravest and courageous people he knows, the American people should challenge him to get his own set of waggling snoobs.
All right. Don't know that I want to see that, though. Myself.
The Snoob Waggler 42. And so it begins. Biden wouldn't know bravery if it saluted him on Air Force One. Lone Wolf 2965. So a dude with snoobs is braver and more courageous than his precious son Beau, who he lost in Iraq? Good question. Good question. Ed H., is this a remake of Idiocracy? Reagan would not take off his suit jacket out of respect. How have we fallen? Gosh. I know. I know. We let it happen, though. You know, we closed our eyes to it a lot. We didn't want to be called haters and bigots and all of these things. And so we just let a lot of stuff slide. And, man, that slippery slope thing, we are living it.
That's how political correctness works to destroy a nation.
Yep. And it happens, you know, slowly over time. And then, man, it's picked up speed lately, though.
Barack knows.
What does he know?
And Barack knows that we are going to have to make sacrifices. We are going to have to change our conversation. We're going to have to change our traditions, our history. We're going to have to move into a different place.
Different place.
Boy, I dislike those people.
Yeah. Yeah, with all the intensity of 5 trillion white-hot burning suns.
Snoobs. Oh, suns.
Suns, yeah. Snoobs don't, hopefully they don't burn white-hot. Not like a sun does. You know, when it's supernovas. Tara Hart tweets, I was just waggling my snoobs, but no one was around to tell me how brave I am and how inspirational I am. Sorry, Tara, that's too bad.
Well, that's why the Pathead family is here. Good on you. You're brave and courageous.
But we appreciate you sharing that you are waggling your snoobs. That's great. Timothy Klein tweets, the new name for America is the fundamentally transformed America. Yeah, remember that? I think do we still have that in this machine?
While you're looking for that, just back to our military discussion earlier. Do you want your kid going to fight overseas to defend this in front of the White House?
The snoob waggling?
I mean, what do we stand for anymore?
I know.
We are 5 days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America.
And his vice president is finishing the job he started.
Thank God for that Trump reprieve.
Man, oh man. Jeez. Okay, so, you know, it's Pride Month. And I
hadn't noticed.
Yeah, I know.
Is it really?
Know, it's hard.
Is that, hold on, it's June, June, so it's June is Pride Month.
Yeah.
I gotta write that down.
Surprise.
I didn't know this.
Surprise. So we're getting pounded with it like never before, I think. And, you know, there might be some backlash. I don't know. Check this out. This is a video of a teacher doing a Pride video for the kids, and here's their reaction to it. They're jeering and booing.
Wow.
Why are you showing this to kids?
Why are you showing this to kids? Even the kids know this.
Yep.
Hey, I'll warn you guys now. If you're going to be inappropriate, I will have supervision down and give all of you a Saturday. So knock it off.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
Well, stop showing us chicks making out, bro. What are you doing?
That's unbelievable. That's really amazing.
And kudos to the kids.
Yep.
They have been indoctrinated in the public school system of California. That was, Huntington Beach, California?
Yeah.
I don't know what the politics are like there, but I'm guessing blue.
Is it possible that the radical gay agenda has overplayed their hand a bit? What people do in their own bedrooms is really of no interest to most of us. But we're having it shoved in our faces every single day during the month of June. Every business, every organization, everyone is expected to celebrate some kind of specific sexual preferences of this group of people, and I don't want to. I don't want to celebrate it. Go ahead if you want. I don't have to join you in that celebration. None of us do. This used to be America, where we had a choice on this stuff.
And why are you dragging the kids into it, too?
Stop dragging the kids in. They're sick of it. Man, if the kids are sick of it, where they've been indoctrinated like they have been, how sick of it are the rest of us? Jeez.
Right. Do we have Chris sent in a video? I don't recognize this individual.
Chris, who's this person doing a TED Talk?
Oh.
Do you know?
Any idea?
Yeah, it's a professor, and she is the creator of Queer Kid Stuff, Lindsay Amir.
Queer
Kid This is not her first time doing something
She's
like
a groomer, then, basically. It's just a long way of saying, here's a groomer doing a TED Talk.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Here we go.
Now I know what you're thinking. Whoa, they're talking about gay stuff with kids. But talking to kids about gay stuff is actually crucial.
No.
The American Academy of Pediatrics has found that children have a solid understanding of their gender identity by the age of 4.
My gosh, these people. Come on.
Leave them alone, man.
Okay, they know. What does that say? What does that say to you? It says to me that 4-year-olds know they're either a boy or a girl. Okay, well, fine. That doesn't mean that they're okay with changing that gender by the age of 4. That doesn't mean they have the understanding and the maturity to say, you know what, I'm really a girl in a boy's body. I need to change my gender, Mom and Dad. Okay? All right? You're telling me at 4 years old you would do that to a child?
And I'm just reading up here, quick cram session. The American Academy of Pediatrics is all in on gender-affirming care. So it should be no surprise that they want your kid at the age of 4.
Man, they've done a good job on this stuff, haven't they? They've set the stage for us. And, you know, grooming the kids is job number 1 to them. And it's going pretty well so far. I mean, Florida has stood up to this. You know, they don't want the porn books and movies in their schools. But all of these people are insisting. We don't need no porno movie. We don't need no drag queen show. No, don't need your butts in a thong now. Groomer, leave them kids alone. Hey, Groomer, leave them kids alone. All in all, it's just a Marxist takeover plan. All in all, you're just a sick, grooming Marxist trans.
That works.
Ah, man.
Oh, we are in hell.
We are. We just are.
So I did not know that little treat was coming our way. I've had over here for about a week now from Pathead ML721721. I've been waiting for the right moment for this.
Okay.
So congratulations. You have an award now.
Oh.
I would like to officially induct Pat Gray Unleashed into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You're an inductee now. You, Pat Gray, beat Foreigner.
That's very nice.
Into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's very nice. Oh, thank you. Who do we have to thank for this?
It's easy to say. ML721721.
All right. Thank you, ML. That's awesome.
Hold that up. Everybody needs to see that. I mean, you are now.
That's really great.
You beat Foreigner, bro.
How about that? Huh?
How about that? There's your protective packaging.
I like that. I like that a lot.
But seriously, man, I mean, could it not be more obvious that your children they've gone after their minds for a century.
Right.
I mean, now they have to have their bodies,
No, they've been incredibly patient. You know, progressives are. Progressives are just, we've said this before, progressives are patient communists. Communists are revolutionaries. They don't mind doing it quickly, doing it right now, and killing a whole bunch of people. I don't think progressives care necessarily about killing a bunch of people, but they like to be clandestine about it. And they like to think that they're doing it in a really nice, polite way. They're doing this the slower way. But it's, over time, more damaging probably to society. Because if you tried to do an absolute revolution in this country, people would resist. We don't want to become communists. We've seen it happen in too many places to allow that. But when you're doing it slowly and imperceptibly, and then all of a sudden you just look around and your country's not there anymore.
No kidding.
It works out really well for these Marxists.
Yeah, you know how Glenn used to talk about how we're like a nation that's like, if you imagine you're a ship on the horizon, and you're just 1 degree off, and then eventually you're just way off course when you should be going out here.
Right.
I got a theory, though. I got some hope for you, Pat.
Okay.
Right, so like eventually, maybe you'll just end up back somehow.
No, we just
like,
circle.
Right? Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll get there. You just got to be patient.
We'll get there.
Like the progressives.
Yeah, I like it.
So
I like it.
I don't know. You know that TED Talk chick guy? I can't remember. Chick? I don't know. Was talking about kids at age 4, no. Is this a time for this heartbreaking, tragic story?
We've been holding on to this, about this transformation. This transforming kid from a very young age, and it's a story from several years ago that's just heartbreaking. And, we've just put it off because it's really tragic.
Heavy.
But we hear a lot about people transitioning their children at early ages. We just heard this woman say at 4, kids are capable of making that transition, was her point. Well, in 1965, a boy was coerced into becoming a girl for a sinister science experiment. Bruce and Brian Reamer, born in Winnipeg, Canada in 1965, were twin brothers who faced the challenge of phimosis. It's a condition characterized by a tight foreskin that causes urination difficulties. As a solution, both boys underwent circumcision to alleviate the problem. Following Bruce's turn for the operation, an unfortunate incident occurred when the doctor employed a burning technique instead of a blade, resulting in the loss of Bruce's penis. The devastating outcome led his parents on a quest for a resolution, ultimately leading them to encounter John Money, a renowned psychologist, renowned for his studies on gender and sex. According to Money's assertions, he posited that gender was a construct shaped by society. How much have we heard that lately? Man, this guy was ahead of his time, huh? And that infants are born without a specific gender, suggesting that it is a learned behavior rather than a biological trait. What garbage. Money proposed that Bruce be raised as a girl, withholding any information about his operation. Concurring with Money's suggestion, Bruce's parents agreed.
Turn this kid into an experiment.
And thus, Brenda emerged. Brenda underwent treatments to facilitate breast growth, received prosthetic vagina surgery, all in an effort to mold her into a girl. However, this approach ultimately failed, exposing the erroneous nature of Money's gender theory. Brenda exhibited masculine traits, indicating that behavior is influenced by biological factors. She expressed her disinterest in dresses and typical girls' belongings, articulating her perspective in the following words: I never quite fit in. Building forts and getting into the odd fist fight, climbing trees, that's the kind of stuff that I liked, but it wasn't acceptable as a girl, especially, growing up back then. As Brenda grew increasingly distressed, she eventually stumbled upon the truth. One evening, her parents mustered the courage to reveal the truth to her. However, Brian, her brother, struggled to come to terms with the revelation that his sister was, in fact, a boy. Following the exposure of Money as a charlatan and the discrediting of his theories, Brenda reclaimed her identity as David and underwent a transition back to being a man. Wow. Tragically, Brian succumbed to a drug overdose as he wrestled with his own personal challenges.
Brother, okay.
David encountered a woman named Jane with whom he entered into marriage and fathered 3 children.
Oh, wow.
However, their relationship eventually deteriorated, prompting Jane to request a separation. Plagued by unemployment, haunted by his troubled past, David, at the age of 38, tragically took his own life in 2004 with a self-inflicted gunshot. Jeez, man. I mean, this is what happens when you mess with people's lives like this. This is the outcome. Wow. Get them some help if they need it. You know, if they're struggling with thinking they're in the wrong body, maybe that can be overcome without doing surgery on their body or giving them drugs that stunt the natural process.
And that story just goes to show that this is an individual who had no idea that she was born a he.
Right.
And just
but
through the natural course
sensed that something was radically wrong in their body. Jeez. Sad. All right, let me tell you about another critical issue, and that's preborn. We're going to take a minute and talk about those who can't speak for themselves, the unborn, babies in their mother's womb. Preborn is truly doing the work of God as they save babies and love the mothers. Because of your generosity, Preborn's network of clinics has rescued over 200,000 babies by introducing mothers to their babies through ultrasounds.
Yeah, and thank you to this audience. It cannot be said enough.
Who bought 5 ultrasound machines for them?
5 plus.
5.
I mean, our
So
goal
great.
was 1.
Thank you.
And you guys are just so awesome. Thank you.
And together we're building an army that can stand against the principalities of darkness. And that's what we have to do here. We are standing against the principalities of darkness. If everyone listening today sponsored just 1 ultrasound for $28, we could change the world. To donate securely, go to preborn.com/Pat, and that's preborn.com/Pat. You could also dial pound 250, say the keyword baby, pound 250, keyword baby. All gifts are tax deductible, so maybe consider a corporate donation or appreciated stock as the stock market is up. You can use write-offs to save precious babies' lives. You'll never regret saving a defenseless baby's life. Go to preborn.com/Pat today.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
In our effort to keep the apocalypse fun, because it's been a very apocalyptic show today. We thought we'd spin the wheel of fun.
Oh, wheel of fun?
Because we've got 5 videos here that are more sports related, more fun related. And let's see which one we should do here.
Shouldn't have done it. I mean, we're in time constraints, Keith. Come on. Look, it's on 4.
Number 4.
Oh,
okay,
no.
The cycling video.
Oh, no, not this one.
Let's hit the cycling video. And it goes a little something.
About how
like
today
this.
played out and like what you're going to remember the most about this victory.
I mean, it was just a grueling effort. I'm just
that's a dude.
proud to like play it out
Yeah, it's a dude.
and get the result. But yeah,
Aren't you loving this?
Yeah,
this is how I beat the women.
I really want to be up front.
Yeah, that's a dude winning a women's race.
Okay.
You done with this one?
We don't care what you have to say. That's enough.
That's who Martina Navratilova called a joke.
Well,
she's right.
a man. I mean, and clearly a man winning a women's race. What an accomplishment. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's great. And
I beat those women to a pulp.
All right, 3 is the baseball video.
Okay, all right.
3-2, swung on, a pop foul back here. It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far.
Gotta hurt.
John?
Yes,
Okay, yes.
I am okay. Just a glancing blow.
Man,
Yeah, the veteran 84-year-old broadcaster didn't let that phase him. He finished the broadcast and
I don't think
joked
I've ever
after the
seen a broadcaster get hit by a foul ball before.
John Sterling of the Yankees.
Interesting.
Yeah, and you hear him catch it up there, but never take it to the face.
Right. All right, spinning the wheel of sports videos.
2.
It landed on 2. Who would have guessed?
Who would have guessed?
We got a golf video.
Gosh.
Number 2.
So before you play this, Joe, this is so Nick Taylor who is a Canadian, first time in I forgot how many years, won the Canadian Open on a 72-foot putt during a playoff.
Oh.
It was amazing.
Okay.
Well, his buddy, golfer Adam Hadwin, decided to shower him with champagne. Security didn't recognize who this individual was charging toward the golfer.
Uh-oh.
So this is what happened.
Okay.
All right, a little slow motion. The caddy hug in there. Here comes the champagne. Look around the corner. Here comes security. And
Boom.
down you go, bro. Anyway, they were like, hey, whoa, that's our friend.
Whoa.
Hey. All right.
All right.
And video.
We got one. Let's just spin it and see if it lands on one. Wouldn't that be interesting?
Because
that's the yes.
Now, okay, I'm the only person in the world apparently who doesn't know Mr. Beast videos.
Oh, really?
I think that's who this is, right? He's with Tom Brady on a boat, and watch what happens.
All right.
With Tom Brady here, of course we had to play some football.
Okay.
This is the most fun version of catch because you just do this and he just throws it there.
That's him, right?
Nope. I just suck.
That's what I got paid for, Jimmy. Come on.
I want to see if you can hit my drone out of the sky with a football.
All right. If I hit the drone on the first try, maybe I should come out of retirement.
I like that.
Dad, you're gonna like miss.
I probably will miss.
So will Tom Brady be able to hit the... Yes, he will.
Nolan, put your sunscreen on.
Carl's probably the worst wide receiver you've ever thrown to.
Oh, no.
Unless you dome him in the head, he's probably not going to catch it. All right, Carl, don't screw this up. Just throw it as far as you can. You hit him in the chest. You got him in the head.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
That's
was
impressive.
Really cool.
That's really fun.
Did you catch that, though? The quote from Tom Brady? Maybe I should come out of retirement, end quote. I could see that quote in a headline somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
And people go, what?
Again? Make up your mind.
But hey, he's part owner in the Raiders. They don't have a quarterback right now, so...
Did you see the Raiders' worth? The worth of that franchise has doubled in the last couple of years since they moved to Vegas. That's amazing.
And apparently, the state legislature, I can't pronounce the state, Pat. What state is Las Vegas?
Nevada?
Oh, yeah, okay. So they apparently didn't approve money to get the Oakland A's to relocate there. So
they did not.
So now the poor A's are just like...
So they're homeless.
Oh, what do we do?
The Oakland A's are going to be putting up a tent in some city in America. And living near City Hall.
Pretty much.
We got nowhere to go. All right, 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed is inevitable.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. Got some tweets here. Rock and Roll G-Mom tweets, now for the first time in my 62 years on this earth, I am embarrassed to be an American.
Yep, me too.
Embarrassed to be an American.
Oh, no. You updated it, huh?
Two-spirit penguin. Oh. Do you have another photo of the waggling snoobs that show the entire flags in the background? From the photo... It appears that the gay pride flag is at the same level as the U.S. flag, which is against flag etiquette and protocol. Thanks for listening yesterday. Two-spirit penguin.
Two-spirit penguin.
We did talk about that yesterday.
Yeah, we've...
but thank you.
We've covered that. And Daniel?
And yes, it is against flag etiquette.
Thanks for pulling that tweet, Dan.
Yeah, they put the pride flag, and this is the...
There it is.
This
is an abomination.
Progressive... There it is.
Just horrific.
Jeez, look at that.
Madness. It's
the American flag should always be in the middle and higher than the others.
It's infuriating.
The deplorable Mr. Jackwagon. I think Keith stumbled upon a new business, the Snoob Exchange. I'm sure Jeffy's available as a consultant.
Oh, I don't need a consultant. Yeah, I mean, it's the business plan for the trans people. If you're going from woman to man or man to woman, it's kind of like the whole principle of have a snoob, give a snoob.
I like it.
Need a snoob,
if
take a snoob.
If you don't need your snoobs anymore, donate them to the person who does.
The opportunities are endless, Pat. You could do 2-for-1 specials.
I like it. 2-for-1s. Yeah, well, you probably want.
Yeah, you want
2 every time. So, okay.
I mean, look, actually, I could see some people being odd enough where they just want the one.
Yeah, I could see that. Please. It probably exists already. All right, let me take a minute and tell you about Pure Health. If you're struggling with stiff or aching joints, man, as you get older, it just happens, doesn't it? Maybe you're tired of letting this discomfort steal the joy and freedom of your life. Got a natural solution you're going to love. It's called Joint Support. It's by Pure Health Research, and it's really amazing. It contains 7 of Mother Nature's best superfoods for supporting comfortable, healthy, and flexible joints. So, not a drug, something natural that will help you out. All it takes is 1 small capsule of joint support every day to start feeling the positive effects of your joint and making your joints healthier. And as a listener to our show, you can try Joint Support risk-free today and get a free 30-day supply of omega-3 when you take advantage of this special offer. Promotes healthy joint lubrication, makes it easier to move in comfort. So you're also getting 2 free ebooks as well, so you can learn about joint health. Head over to getjointhelp.com/Pat. Getjointhealth.com. No, help, not health. Getjointhelp.com/Pat to order joint support and claim your free bottle of omega-3 while those supplies last. Getjointhelp.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
We actually have one more of the sports videos, and this one ties into what we've talked about for the last 3 years, and that's the vaccine and the pandemic and all of that stuff. Superstar tennis player Novak Djokovic, of course, did not want to get the vaccine, and so he's refused it, and it's really cost him in his career. He's been denied access to 6 tournaments worldwide, including 2 majors. Oof. And the guy, I think he has the record of the most major tournament wins in history.
Yeah,
he's got 23.
Yeah,
23.
Because he won the French Open over the weekend.
Yeah, just won it. Mm-hmm.
Greatest player ever.
Here he is talking about having the last year or so in sports.
This is back in February of 2022. He sat down with
so it's over a year old
BBC reporter who was just beside himself. What do you mean you're not going to take the vax? How are you going to be the best player ever?
How dare you not conform? Yeah. How dare you not submit? Here it is.
To most of the tournaments at the moment.
And that's the price you're willing to pay?
That is the price that I'm willing to pay.
Ultimately,
good for you.
Wow.
Are you prepared to forego the chance to be the greatest player that ever picked up a racket, statistically, because you feel so strongly about this jab?
Yes.
Yes.
I do.
Period.
But as things stand, if this means that you miss the French Open, is that a price you'd be willing to pay?
Yes. That is the price that I'm willing to pay.
Yes.
And if it means that you miss Wimbledon this year, again, that's a price you're willing to pay?
Yes! What don't you understand about the word yes?
Why, Novak? Why?
Because the principles of
this guy
decision-making on my body are more important than
my body,
any
my
title
choice.
Or anything
Familiar
else.
with that?
I'm trying to be in tune with my body as much as I possibly can.
What do you say directly to anti-vaccination campaigners around the world who proudly declare Novak Djokovic is one of us?
Oh, shut up.
I say that everyone has the right to choose to act or say whatever they feel is appropriate for them.
Okay.
And I have never said that I'm part of that movement. No one in the whole
staying
process
out of politics. Yep.
During,
That's great.
Australian saga has asked me on my stance or my opinion on vaccination. No one. So I could not really express, what I feel and where my stance is, neither in the legal process, neither outside. So it's really unfortunate that there has been this kind of misconception.
Sure is. Wow,
principle, baby.
I have really become a fan of his, not just because of the fact that he didn't take the vaccine. It's the principle of it that he has stuck to no matter what. And, he's got this BBC bonehead grilling him on why can't you do this? Why won't you take me? Why won't you adhere to what I'm trying to tell you? Why won't you be obedient? Why won't you lose your freedom? Because I don't want to. I don't know what's in that. I don't want to put it in my body. I'm a world-class athlete, the best tennis player on the planet, and maybe in the history of the planet, and I don't want to put it in my body. What do you think about that? Mm-hmm. Tough. It's called freedom.
And that's what a journalist can't understand, principle.
They can't. Man, they cannot get it. I mean, he was so indignant about it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's lost out on the Australian Open, and was it the U.S. Open?
Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't let him in the country. Are you kidding me? 2.5 million people have come across the border without being checked or vaccinated as they do so. And we're worried about Novak Djokovic coming in for a tournament? Okay.
That's where we're at.
All righty. Why wouldn't you just test him, see if he has it or doesn't, and then let him come into the country and play the tournament?
I don't even want them shoving that thing up my nose.
I don't either, but I mean, there is a solution to this where if you're that concerned, and they're not, of course, they're trying to jam their agenda down everybo's throat.
And get ready for the fear mongering ahead of election season to kick in again. You've got the White House. They have told unvaccinated athletes to mask up during their visit for College Athlete Day.
Oh my.
So,
still,
when is College Athlete Day?
Still telling people you've got to wear a mask?
Yeah, let's see here. Hold on.
I can't.
When is this?
I just can't believe it.
Biden has pulled out of College Athlete Day at the White House. Oh no, is your tooth still bugging you?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, it was yesterday? Oh, sorry, I missed the College Athlete Day. But I don't know if anybody was wearing a mask.
Oh, boy. All right. Another interesting sports note that this has been circulating online, apparently. The online soccer fraternity has been obsessing over this match that was played out between, Chris just found this, the Wrexham Red Dragons and the U.S. women's soccer team. So...
Oh, wow.
So the U.S. women's soccer team, who's been the best soccer team in the world, women's soccer team in the world, but that also means they're the best men's because there's no difference between men and women's sports.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, we've heard that. There's no advantage if you're a man over a woman. That's why it was so shocking when Dallas's 14 and under team several years ago defeated the U.S. women's soccer team 5-1.
It was windy. I hear.
Sun was in their eyes too.
Yes.
Sun was in their eyes.
Wow.
So anyway, they played this soccer team. I'm not sure who Wrexham is.
Who's Wrexham? Darn near.
Did you say that was a West Ham, or is it? Were you mistaken on that? It's in West Ham.
So is that Britain? Sounds like a British.
It's a London.
Ryan Reynolds and Rob Elmer bought the team. Fantastic documentary that you should watch on Hulu. But they bought this team and they literally brought it from the non-standing to actually being one of the best teams.
Okay.
In the Premier League.
So it's a good team, but it's not a national team.
Okay, it's a good team. They're not the Premier League champions,
right?
But it is a really decent men's soccer team, and they're some of the best in the country, no doubt. But here's what happened when the U.S. women played them, and it's going to be a tight battle.
Sure.
I mean, you got the U.S. women's national team, the best team in the world for women, playing just a regular run-of-the-mill Premier League team.
Let's see.
Again, you got to be careful. There's a shot.
Highlights.
1-0 dudes.
Highlights. And another goal. That's
2-0
2-0. 3-0. Dang it.
The players running off of him. It's a big ass.
Piano music.
4-0.
4-0 dudes.
With the left,
5-0. 5 and 6.
Good. Another
There's 7.
Murkoff trying to move around.
8.
Murkoff takes
9.
that shot. Perfect contact.
10.
These guys had a lot of experience.
11.
Jarvis.
12. It turned out. Thank you.
That was a barn burner, man. Wow. Wow.
I was biting my nails the whole time.
Right.
Who's going to win this thing?
Come on, USA.
12-0. Wrexham Red Dragons, 12. U.S. women's team, 0.
Darn near killed them.
Yeah, Wrexham. Darn near killed them.
Hold on. But they didn't even finish the game, did they?
No. It was called after the 12th goal. They called.
So how much time into the game were we? Stupidest clock in sports, sucker.
Wait, it was only the 35th minute?
35th minute out of 90?
Oh, my gosh. In the 35th minute, they got goal ruled. Too many goals.
Mercy rule.
Go home, everybody. 12-0.
Good night now.
This is getting a little bit embarrassing. Well, okay, it's been embarrassing, but wow.
You know what that was right there?
Wow.
That was Georgia Tech beating Cumberland College in 1916.
That's what it was. 222-0.
Got it.
It's the equivalent of that in football.
Yeah, and that's what it was on pace then for what 36-0.
My gosh. Oh my gosh. But there's no difference.
Not a difference.
Men don't have an advantage in sports over women, so stop it. I don't even want to hear it. Wow. All right, let me tell you about Birch Gold Group. It is really time to look into this. I mean, obviously Congress once again allowed itself to be pushed into appeasing the administration, and they raised the debt ceiling for the 79th time. Ugh. And that, of course, paves the way for more reckless spending and further devaluation of the dollar. So do you want to protect your savings? Times like these are a great reminder to diversify a portion of your savings into gold. Don't do it all. A lot of people recommend like 10%. But here's the easiest way to do it. Birch Gold will help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold, and you don't pay a penny out of pocket. As BRICS, the cooperation between Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, as they band together against the dollar, more and more central banks are diversifying. You know what they're buying? Gold. So follow their lead. Text PAT to 989898. Get your free info kit on gold. No obligation, just information. So you're buying this from, if you decide to get it from a company that has a AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau. They've got thousands and thousands of happy customers, and they can help you protect your savings. Text PAT to 989898. Do it right now. PAT to 989898.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Looks like even Democrats want Joe Biden to go ahead and debate RFK Jr. Now, Biden is kind of insinuated he's not going to do that.
Why not?
Because it's beneath him, Huh. I mean, he's a sitting president. He doesn't need to do that.
President, okay.
Know what I mean? But an overwhelming majority of Democrats who were polled said they really want him to participate in a series of debates. 8 out of 10, 80% of Democrat primary voters said that they'd like to see debates. That includes 72% of those who said they plan on supporting Biden anyway. Huh. You better do this, Joe. However, almost immediately after Biden announced in April that he would seek re-election, the word came that Democrats will not sponsor any debates, and that spread like wildfire. So we'll see.
What's he afraid of?
We'll see. Indeed, what's he afraid? He thinks he can win this thing, and especially the primary, by just sitting in his basement again. And he might be right. I don't know. Democrat voters are so easy to lead by the nose. Maybe they won't insist on this. Republicans want debates, and so do Democrats. It's just Americans. We want to see you hash it out with your competition. Show us what you got.
Well, and Joe Biden's the top of his game right now.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know what he would be concerned about.
I don't either.
He's experienced.
That's really interesting.
He's young at heart.
At heart. Yeah, and look, 80, that's just a number. age is just a number. Don't worry about it. I mean, he's sharp as a tack.
You know, our natural wonders inspire, and the reflection inspires our to take action.
See? Sharp.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word.
Single word. Go ahead.
I was in the
the
foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping.
Wait.
Traveling with him.
Is that the single word?
Traveled 17,000 miles when I was vice president. I don't know that for a fact.
No. In fact, it's a lie. But
that guy. They make a very good point. Here's the deal.
Okay.
I keep forgetting. Here's what drives the driver in the states that are affected.
Drives the driver.
We hold these truths to be self-evident.
You're right.
All men and women created by you know the thing.
You know the thing.
Putin's kleptocracy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Kleptocracy and the guys who are the kleptocracies. But these are bad guys.
Is it any wonder? He doesn't want to debate anybody, let alone RFK Jr.? Jeez.
He spent the last 50 years debating himself at various points.
Yeah.
It's
going to be an interesting year and a half before the election because, Trump is also saying he doesn't want to debate. He's too far ahead. You can kind of not blame him. You can't blame him when he's 33 points ahead in the polls. What do I have to gain by that? But most people want to see it happen. I think even Republicans would like, everybody in the field to debate. Now, there's going to be about 38 people in the field by the time debates roll around. We already have, 10?
Is it
Easily
10?
10.
I thought it was 704.
Yeah. I think of the major candidates that anybody really knows, there might be 10.
And by major, you mean the Doug Burgums of the world.
Yes, who has incredible Burgamentum right now.
Burgamentum. Yep.
Everybody's talking about him. Everybody's talking about Burgamentum.
So
Burgamania.
So he announced last week, and you get around a lot, right? This weekend you were out and about.
Yeah, all over the place.
How many people brought up Doug, right? Doug.
Yes, Doug Burgum.
How many people just?
I can't even count that high. Or that many.
Yeah, that many.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just too hard.
Cashier bugging you about Doug Burgamentum?
All the time. In fact, ever since he announced, instead of getting, how's your day going so far? I'm getting, man, did you know that Doug Burgum is running for president? I think our problems are solved, is oftentimes the next sentence. So, oftentimes. So that's exciting. Did you know there's a solar storm coming?
Thank goodness. I'm ready. Let's do this. I'm over whatever we're experiencing right now.
Let's do this.
So send it.
A groundbreaking mission by NASA's Parker Solar Probe, the PSP as we like to refer to it, has successfully ventured through solar wind for the first time, aiming to prevent people on Earth being unable to get on the internet.
Like we like?
Like we like. Scientists have issued warnings about the potential impact of the solar storm, commonly referred to as an internet apocalypse, which could strike within the next decade. The spacecraft, which was launched 5 years ago, went on a remarkable journey, which took it really close to the sun's surface, where solar wind is generated. Solar wind consists of a continuous stream of charged particles emanating from the sun's outermost atmosphere, known as the corona. Despite the extreme conditions of intense heat and radiation, the Parker Solar Probe persevered to gather crucial insights. So we sent this thing toward the sun. We've done that before, but it didn't work out well because we didn't have the technology to protect it. So it burned up and was useless. This one is held up, which is kind of cool.
All right.
Professor Stuart Bale, the lead author of the study, explained the significance of understanding solar wind. He said winds carry lots of information from the sun to the earth, so understanding the mechanism behind the sun's wind is important for practical reasons on Earth. That's going to affect our ability to understand how the sun releases energy and drives geomagnetic storms, which are a threat to our communication.
Oh, no. So we're all going to die.
Pretty much. Because such an event could leave people without internet access for months or even years.
Oh, then what's the point of living?
There wouldn't be any point.
If there's no internet, have we ever lived without the internet?
No, it's never happened in the history of the planet. And so you can't imagine. You can't.
What would you do? What would you do?
I'd probably roll over and die.
Better get a checkbook, y'all, just in case.
Yeah.
Of course, I imagine if the internet goes out, society shuts down.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think we're done.
It would be hard. It actually would be hard because we're so used to it now and we use it for everything.
Yeah. Do you honestly think that we could, as a society, figure out a way to function without the technologies that we have now?
No.
Yeah.
We're too big as sissies now.
Too big as sissies? Yeah. But yesterday we were talking about living in a cabin in the woods of Montana. You're not into that? You're not interested?
Nope. No, thank you.
All right. Okay. What if I can get you? What if I can get you BYU football games on demand in that cabin?
In the cabin? Is it bigger than the 10x14 Ted had?
It's the size of this room, only slightly bigger.
No. Even BYU football wouldn't get me through that. No.
Okay.
No. Would you be okay if it got you Falcons football?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
You're fine.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then that's all I need.
All right. So bring on that windstorm from the sun. We're all ready.
That's the thing. They don't know when it's going to get here. They're just like,
really?
Yeah. It's just like, oh, yeah, it's going to be devastating, but don't ask us when it's getting here.
All right. Filling in for Glenn coming up. Keith will handle overtime, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for Pat Gray Unleashed.